this is Natalie back again at Natalie's Hoya Haven, and this is part 2 of my plant updates. So I'm glad you came back. And so I've got, I did limit this one. I actually have 6 I'm going to show. They are all Hoyas, so let's get started with the first one. So the first one I want to talk about is my Hoya Mathilde, and I got her in December of 21. So we're looking at a year and a couple months of growth. Didn't do anything for a long time, but I think I got her going along pretty good now. Here's a picture of her when I first purchased her. And this is her today. All clean from the sulfur. So, at one point I had her on a circle trellis, and then things just weren't going away great, and I ended up changing her to a self-watering system. And I'm sorry, that is very gross right now, but I am going to be changing that later today. But she seems to like the self-watering better. So that's my number 1 plant. Number 2 plant is going to be one of my Crimson Queens. She was the first one I bought, and I bought her in May of 21. So we're going on at least a year and a half. Here's her picture when I first got her. And here is a picture of her now. She's just beautiful, just beautiful. And she's got new leaves coming out continuously. She has very, very thick succulent leaves. They're very hard to accidentally break off or anything like that. And we still got some sulfur on there, but I did try to clean her up. And then as you can see, I've got 2 new shoots coming out. They look like they might be all white leaves. So, but the Crimson Queen, she actually hangs onto her white leaves for a fairly long amount of time. So I don't even mind that she puts out white leaves. So that's my number 2 plant, the Hoya Crimson Queen. My number 3 plant is my Hoya Gracilis, or also known as Hoya Memoria. And here's a picture of the day I brought her home. And then here is her now. So she has bloomed for me several times last year. I expect the same. She's got at least 3 peduncles that I can see. And she is another one of the plants that sun stresses very beautifully. There's a little bit of her sun stressing right there. I'm sure I could get her to sun stress more if I put her in my grow tent, but she is downstairs in my west facing window. Some of my hanging baskets, they're just too pretty to go in a grow tent, and this one is one of them. Just too pretty. So this is number 3, Hoya Gracilis, also known as Hoya Memoria. Right. My number 4 plant is my Hoya Nicholsonaie. Here's his before picture. And here he is now. And I bought him in December 21. So again, he's a little over a year old. This one does reside in my grow tent. And he is another one that sun stresses very beautifully. Look at that. Just beautiful. I have him in leca, and he has some water that he self-waters. So, but this is my number 4 plant, Hoya Nicholsonaie. My number 5 plant is Hoya Incrassata. And here is my before picture. And I bought him in, again, December of 21. Looks like I was buying a bunch of Christmas plants. And here he is today. He resides upstairs. Actually, he's right back here. You can actually see the spot that's missing. That's where he sits. So, very pretty plant. I also have the Incrassata Eclipse, which is the outer variegated. And this is just the plain version, but I'm growing to love him. He's very beautiful. So, he's not attached to this. I just keep it to help him prop up for right now. So, and he's in soil. It's a chunky mix. It's got some orchid bark in there. It's got some extra perlite in there. We've got drainage in the bottom. He does pretty good with that. All right. So my last one is my very favorite out of this part 2, and that is my Hoya Leytensis. There's the picture of my before, and this is why he's my favorite. This is what he looks like right now. And mind you, I have taken cuttings off him as well. Now, I bought him in January of last year. So I've had him a little over a year. He's continuously grown. He's continuously put out. And then I put him in the grow tent, and that's when this started happening. Look at that. So beautiful. So I'm glad I went with the decision to do the heart trellis because it's just perfect for this plant. Again, this is my Hoya Leytensis. All right. That's going to be it for number 2. I told you I was going to limit to 5 plants. Well, I'm cheating a little, so I've got 6 on this one. I think I'm going to have 6 on my next one too, but trying to keep it under 8 minutes. So I think I did good. If you like my channel, please like, share, subscribe. And I'm hoping to make much more content. Thank you. Bye.